Hi there! In this Holistics video, I'm going to show you how you can import Google Analytics data into your database using Google Sheets and Holistics. Now, many of our users that we've spoken to have asked if Holistics is able to combine Google Analytics data with their other data sources and database. So in this video, I'm going to show you a hidden feature of Google Sheets that allows you to do just that. So let's go. Let's start by opening a new Google Sheet. What you need to do now is to install the Google Analytics add-on to Google Sheets. Choose your account that's linked to Google Analytics. And now, we'll have the new Google Analytics add-on ready, and we can create a new report. So before we go further, in this example, I'm going to combine Google Analytics data with the data in my data warehouse to visualize how page views from the popular Q&A website Quora compares to my database data on successful Holistics trials. So let's call this report Referrals by Source. And make sure that we have the right account specified, the right property, and the right view. And now we can specify the metrics that we'd like. So let's pick a few that will be relevant here. So for example, page views, sessions, bounce rate, the list goes on. And for dimensions, we can choose things like date, source, and medium. And now we can create the report. So now if we are to run this report, you'll see that it's pulled up data from Google Analytics. So I've actually got a more complete version of this report, so I'm going to go ahead and use that instead. So what we have here is Google Analytics data for the past 90 days, with certain metrics and dimensions specified. And here's the breakdown of the results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this table of data and paste it to a new sheet. And this will be in a format that's more friendly for inserting into the database. Let's call the sheet Referrals. So now let's go over to the Holistics platform. And here, we're going to go to Manage and Data Imports and create a new data import job. So let's call this Google Analytics Import for the job name. And for the Google spreadsheet, we're going to take the URL for this Google Sheet. Now remember to configure it such that anyone with this link can edit this sheet. And now, let's validate the source. And Holistics has been able to pick up that sheet inside Google Sheets. So now we go and specify the data source. And so I'm going to move it to my data warehouse. I'm going to shift it to the schema. And I'm going to call the table name GA referral. And now I'm going to perform a full sync configuration. And here's where we can specify the column names and the destination data types. So I'm just going to call this schedule to happen daily at 12 midnight. So now we'll be able to get the fresh Google Analytics data running if you schedule your Google Analytics report to run on a regular basis as well. And now we validate this. And our job's ready to go. So now let's just pull up the job, Google Analytics import. And instead of waiting till this runs at midnight, I'm going to run this right now. So now let's go over to job history. And let's refresh this to check that the job is run. And it has been a successful job. So now if we go back to the import list, we can see that it's run successfully, and we can have a look at the table. And there we go. This table of data has been successfully imported into my data warehouse, and now we can build a visualization with this. So now for the final step, let's go ahead and create a new report. And let's call this report Quora Page Views to Successful Holistics Trials and specify the data source, which is my data warehouse. And now let's type up the SQL query. So here, we're going to pull up the date column from the Google Analytics table, the source, such as Facebook, Quora.com, Google, and the page views data, as well as my holistics trial data, and I'm going to count the number of successful trials. So we're going to join the Google Analytics table with my holistics trial table based on the date value and where the source equals to Quora.com. And we're going to group this table based on date, source, and page views and order it by date. And now let's run and preview this. And here we can see that's pulled up the values that we were looking for. So now let's visualize this. All right, and we're going to choose a line chart. And for the y-axis, we're going to select both page views and trials. And now we're ready, so let's save the report. And there we go. Now we've got a line chart comparing the Quora page views to the successful holistics trials. Now, wasn't that simple and easy? With this, there are really so many possibilities of what you can do now that you're able to combine your Google Analytics data with your other data sources. And Holistics is able to support other data sources such as Facebook Ads, Pipedrive, other SQL databases, and the list goes on. So I hope you found this useful. Feel free to drop us some comments or to explore the other videos about the Holistics platform. From the Holistics team, we'll see you soon.